we rejoin our crooning Columbos as they contrive to capture unkillable criminal Franklin Drake after careening into him in a combination arcade casino.
So we rejoin our group here in this arcade rush on the second floor, with Aubrey just having ridden the mechanical bull for long enough to get second place on the leaderboard and then be flung off of it, crashing bodily into Franklin Drake. He's a white man, about 5'10". He's got short brown hair with sort of deep recesses, like a deep widow peak as he's starting to go bald. He has a short mustache. One of his eyes is brown. The other one has some scarring around it and is white. Up close, it looks a bit like it was burned at some point. That area was burned.
Ghastly.
But, of course, Aubrey doesn't see this as she is flung from the bull and caroms into him, bouncing off the top of the pads that are set up around this bull and just fully tackling him in the chest, hitting her back into the front of his chest.
Yeah, do I take any wounds from this?
Yeah.
It sounds like it hurts.
It sounds like it would hurt. I think you and he would both take 3 wounds, but I suspect you soak that. And he does as well. Someone less tough, yes, would have taken some injury from this.
Oh. Well thrown, bull. I'm so sorry about that.
You almost made it.
Yeah, well, bull won. No motivation to keep trying, I guess. Sorry, Mr.
Frankie.
Mr. Frankie.
He shakes Aubrey's extended hand.
She starts to put together
and sort of helps her up as the two of them are lying in a pile on the ground.
I'll give him a hand, too, to help him up.
Cut back to Mara and Greystone. Is that him?
Yep.
Aubrey just crashed into him?
Yes.
Should we go over there?
Wait, the Komeino are over at Ears.
Yeah.
Do you want to stay here with Aubrey and I'll go and get someone with a phone, or do you want to go on the phone?
No, I'll stay with Aubrey.
All right.
I'll just watch from afar, just in case I think she's got this.
Well, first I need to get the Komeino to know that we're here.
Okay, you go do that.
Because we might need some backup.
Okay, yep, you go get him.
I think the two of you give me a stealth check as you're trying to have this conversation within feet of this guy.
Oh, he's right there.
I mean, if you're standing around the ring, yeah.
Okay.
Oh, I thought she got thrown across the room.
Yeah, me too. Okay.
I mean,
okay.
We were like,
a well-designed mechanical bull ring should be big enough to catch anyone.
Fair.
But,
Okay.
So I'm going to say she just sort of like skipped off the top of the outer ring of pads.
Cool. I'm not very stealthy. I've got 2 green.
Yeah, so roll it against 2 and throw in a blue dice because it's a noisy environment.
Cool. This is my stealth that I'm rolling?
Yep.
Okay.
Let's go.
She's stealthy.
2 successes and an advantage.
Let's go. He heard nothing.
So you heard nothing. Greystone is able to slip away if you'd like.
Advantage phone booth nearby?
Yeah, right outside. There's a phone booth he could go use.
Great.
Cool.
Yeah, I can do that. But I'm going to need to roll stealth, won't I?
1 for the group is fine.
Sweet.
Oh, my bad. I should have let you do that then, but I guess it worked out.
No, that works great. Yes, I'm
Cool.
going to quickly run down and call the Komeino.
Okay, sounds good. Mara's just going to stay where she is and kind of try and blend in with the crowd's reaction to what's going on.
As this is happening, Frankie is helping Aubrey up and being helped up himself. You did pretty good. Have you ridden bulls before?
No, but I have lateral experience. What about you? You ever had to go on this thing?
He chucks his thumb up sort of over his shoulder with the scoreboard right behind him. That's me up at the top. FAD.
No way! F for Frankie. Very cool. Well, I'm sorry again I slammed into you, I guess. But in celebration of, both of us surviving that and you maintaining your high score, and as an apology, can I like get you something or like food or a drink or something?
So I'm going to need some kind of roll from Aubrey here to not betray the fact that she has found someone that she is hunting. Because this is not exactly Aubrey's strongest suit.
Nope.
So I think deception
Okay.
is probably it.
Yeah. Can I have a blue die for being genuinely surprised by all this?
Yes, this is going to go against his vigilance, which is going to be represented by 3 purple.
It's not looking great, my friends. But I think it'll be funny if I fail. Yeah. It's not a success, no, but there is an advantage in there. It's a failure with an advantage.
He clocks something about your attention to him as being unwelcome, and probably notes that Aubrey's eyes flickered over to look at Mara, clocks that the two of you are together. Well, we can get a drink, and as long as you bring your friend.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I'm sorry, I wasn't trying to imply. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely, group hang.
I think Mara, has he clocked her behavior? Like he just got to look at her?
Yeah,
Or-
so
okay.
he was looking at Aubrey. Aubrey looked over his shoulder at Mara. He looks over his shoulder to see who she was looking at.
Yeah.
I like try to do a silent charades of like, am I supposed to be stalling?
I know,
What?
I'm
I
just
didn't prepare
wondering-
for this. I didn't prepare for this. I'm trying to do silent communication, but it's not working.
I'm gonna just take a swing here. I'm gonna just come over and try and be more socially weird and appear kind of drunk.
Sure.
Just
Nice.
to make you look normal by comparison. Come over and be like, oh my God, Aubrey, that was so crazy. Are you okay?
Yeah.
Oh
Yeah.
my God. She's gonna be like fake, like messing with Aubrey's hair and like,
Yeah.
oh my God, did you bruise yourself? What's happening?
I'm
Probably.
gonna take a deception from you as well.
It's fine. But I think I have a talent. So I have a yellow and a green for deception. Is disarming smile? Oh no, that's a charm check. Never mind. I
I feel like disarming smile works in this situation.
That's what I was thinking. Like,
Yeah.
take the disarming smile action, succeed in an opposed charm check against a target within short range to lower all defenses in rank of disarming smile until end of the encounter. That's a 3rd rank talent.
Yeah.
What does that mean? Sorry, not knowing the rules.
It essentially would make future social checks against him less difficult.
It makes them
Yeah.
like all easier by 1.
Okay, so I get automatic success. Is that what that is? No. Oh, it takes his down.
If this succeeds, his future
Oh,
checks
if
will
it
be
succeeds. Perfect. Okay,
Yep.
let me try then.
3 purple.
Oh, 3.
Yeah. 'Cause
He's
he's
clever. He's a clever
Vigilant.
assassin.
He's not necessarily the most clever, but he's vigilant. He's aware of danger. Ooh, that's just 1 success.
Yeah.
Let's go!
Nice.
We're rolling hot today, boys.
Yeah.
Sorry.
He assumes that the weirdness that Aubrey was working with was
Because she has a drunk
Checking
friend.
in on her drunk friend.
Yeah.
more than anything
Wow.
else. Like she noticed, like he noticed something, and he's probably a bit more wary. But with Mara's
Alleged state.
overwhelming charisma and alleged state,
Yeah.
yeah, he's sort of put a little bit at ease.
Yeah.
And he's going to direct you all to follow him
Uh-huh.
to the elevator.
Cool. I'll add in like a fake stumble in there for good measure.
I'm trying to think of something that we can do to make it obvious to Greystone where we're going.
Because has Greystone left?
Yeah, he's over at the phone booth.
If there's a window, I could silent communicate to him where we're going up. But I'd have to go out the window.
Yeah, you have to go out.
Yeah, go out and look at the window. I don't think so. I think he's left at this point.
About how long has this interaction taken?
About 10 seconds.
Okay, yeah.
Or less than 30.
Yeah, I would say Greystone is best case scenario, he has reached the phone booth.
Okay.
And then you got to get somebody at ears, and then you got to convince Bertram, who works there behind the bar, to try and talk to somebody there. And getting Bertram to do anything is
Yeah.
You're just nervous about...
I think I'll just repeat kind of what he says about where, if he's like, oh yeah, like over to the elevator, but like, to the elevator, so that if Greystone comes by and asks, someone will be able to at least give
smart.
that direction.
Okay.
He is going to very, very amiably sort of put an arm around each of your shoulders and say, "The best bar is up on the rooftop."
Rooftop bar! Here we go!
I didn't even know this place had multiple floors. I thought we were in a different place than we were a couple minutes ago. Who's your friend, Aubrey? Whoa, your eye is really cool.
The elevator closes on that scene
Cool.
and opens up on, describe this bar for me, this rooftop bar
Yeah.
at this high adrenaline arcade place.
There's like the rocks that are like the fire, like place table, like that is all around.
Yeah.
There's a table, like the bar table, and then like it's like there's like fire and
Instead of string lights, there are empty like wireframes of cubes that are lined with neon tube lights.
Yes.
So that you have these bright pink and purple cubes that people can walk into to create sort of not private, but sort of spatially divided seating areas.
I think
That's
they've
very cool.
achieved the rare drink that it's like, it's novelty, but it's classy, you know, like it's like, oh, that's cool. But it's still, they're using some higher shelf things, and it's not maybe like a Rainforest Cafe type spirit. It's nicer than that.
So yeah, so you can see that as there's like a bar in the middle of one of these that has neon lighting that runs all around the front.
Cool.
And the bartender is a fairly androgynous person with like long hair on top, swooped off to one side, cut short on the side, and they are doing all the tricks as they're mixing cocktails, you know, flipping the shakers around and doing long pours, extending their arms way up.
Fun.
Love it.
What can I order for you?
I'll take a Helldiver.
All right. I turn to order it. Helldiver for this guy. I nearly killed him, so it's on me. And I want to see his reaction to that.
You want to see Frankie's reaction?
Yeah. Is like
Yeah.
he can't die. I know that.
Right. He hooks his thumbs into his belt loops, takes a relaxed posture, and just looks just a little bit smug.
I know my limits. I'm good.
Yup.
Maybe some water for me, please. I don't want to be that person that goes too far. Am I right? And she'll like fake stumble a little bit.
Okay.
Got you, friend, says the bartender.
Thanks. Thank you.
And for you?
Can I have that one? And I just point at the one in like the weirdest shaped glass. Like the most novelty glass one.
Swamp Thing? Absolutely.
Yeah.
Nice. Nice.
They put on a bit of a display, mixing things up. And what Aubrey gets is a brown tinged with green, as the last step is just putting a few drops of something green in. The green sort of swirls down, and as you bring it anywhere near your face, you get just an overwhelming scent of bog smoke. There's a lot of peaty scotch in this drink.
Okay.
And some other sort of vegetal things as well. This is an earthy beverage. The Helldiver is served in a tall, thin, cylindrical glass, sort of a highball glass, and it is blood red once it's served. So you're new to town, Just coming in for a weekend, girls trip?
Yes, girls trip. Woo!
Woo.
Exactly. That's why we're here.
You seem the type.
I'm going to take that as a compliment because we don't do this that often. Gosh.
It was intended as one.
Oh, thanks.
It's important to take some time and enjoy life.
I agree completely.
Can we do a girls trip song?
Or I was thinking about like, and take some time, enjoy life.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Cool.
broadly, and then
Yeah.
girls trip fits under that umbrella.
For sure.
Mm-hmm.
Life comes at you fast. You blink and a decade's past. Comes at you fast. So take time, enjoy the ride. While you're here in Asteroid City, I could be your personal tour guide. Life comes at you fast.
Life comes at you fast.
Enjoy the ride. Life comes at you fast.
Life comes at you fast.
Enjoy the ride.
Life comes at you fast.
Life comes at you fast.
Enjoy the ride.
Life comes at you fast.
It's better with Frankie at your side.
You seem like the type to know where the party's at. Oh, if we were in the main room, you'd know how to get back to the secret part. We've all got secrets to share. It seems like the part of the night where we all just kind of like spill our guts you know that you're fast. Life comes at you fast.
Enjoy the ride.
Enjoy the ride. Life comes at you fast. So fast.
Enjoy the ride.
Showing my friends around, giving them a thrill. I'm gonna help them hunt me down, a guy who's hard to kill.
Life comes at you fast.
This time, this era is rife with murder, drugs, and crime.
Comes at you
but
fast.
that's no excuse not to show my friends a good time.
Life comes at you fast. Life comes at you fast.
Enjoy the ride.
Enjoy the ride.
Life comes at you fast. Enjoy the ride. Life comes at you fast.
Life comes at you fast.
Enjoy the ride. Enjoy the ride. Life comes at you fast. Enjoy the ride.
Gonna need some kind of social check from the two of you to keep this man believing that your story for the half hour that it's gonna take for Komainu to get here.
Okay.
Will I give a blue now? Right?
So essentially, whatever difficulty he's rolling, you're taking off a purple.
Yeah. I'm gonna roll a charm. I love to roll a charm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that tracks.
Yeah.
Charm is opposed by cool. Since you have reduced the difficulty, this is going to be a simple check, which means you are rolling against 0 purple dice.
I have 3 green and a yellow in charm. Slay. This was a good approach. Oh, it's just advantages.
Wow.
That's awkward.
Tell me about what you want some of these advantages to be, because
Could I do a leadership role to sort of like try to play like manager of friend and sort of deflect by like being distracted between the two of them?
yes.
Just thinking like rather than like trying to, I think I'm willing to be mostly pretty honest. I think that he would be able to tell that Aubrey's a little distracted and a little bit nervous and sort of checking in with her friend a lot. And there's not actually that much deception happening. She's just like trying to keep the night chill and fun
Yeah.
and doesn't really know how to do that. And is just like leaning into that element of it.
What is apparent to the both of you is that he was hoping that this would turn into a much more flirtatious vibe than he has gotten so far.
Yep.
So this leadership check can maybe keep him around. If it really succeeds.
I don't think that Aubrey is gonna. Yeah, I don't think it would cross her mind to really like flirt.
No, for sure.
It would
For
cross
that.
Mara's for sure.
Yeah,
though.
but Mara failed her charm.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah.
There's just advantages. Yeah.
Yeah.
Can I grab some blue dice for this from the advantages
Yes.
that Mara got?
Yeah, that makes sense to me. Leadership is going to go against his discipline, and his discipline is 3.
I would love for unless you need them for the role, I was hoping that one of the advantages could be that I could like believably sober up a bit.
Yeah.
Like I could because I started being fake drunk and I got some water. We've been talking for half an hour?
So far it's been about 15 minutes. You expect it's going to take a minimum of half an hour for Komainu to get there.
Yeah.
So if you're trying to hold him essentially like in a known location until they arrive, you need to be with him for half an hour, and it's been about 15 minutes so far.
That is 1 success and 5 advantages.
Wow.
Dang.
Slay.
What would you like your advantages to be? Because what you've successfully done is kept him around for the half hour you would expect it would take. Go ahead and give me some advantages if there are any things that you can think of to sort of establish in the scene. The vibe that you got from Komainu was if they got into the same place as this guy, things were going to become very kinetic.
Gonna be a fight.
Or a chase or something, but it is not going to stay chill girls night.
Yes.
Yeah.
This might require more checks on my part than advantages, but I would love for him to see me drinking out of a flask that I am not actually drinking out of, that I'm like faking drinking out of. Like a little hemp flask from my bag. Just that I'm like grabbing a little swig of something.
I mean, are you actually taking a swig out of a flask? I mean,
No,
do
I'm
you have
pretending
it,
to.
But you have a
I
flask.
have one, yes.
You can always like put it to your...
Yeah, exactly.
That's great.
Yeah, I
Sure.
want him to have seen me doing that a few times.
Great. 1.
Oh, okay. I'd love for there to be like a service elevator that's up here. So like if maybe it's died down a bit, like as well, what time is it? It's reaching peak like business. The people are gonna be up
It's
here,
like-
right?
So we met the Coma Inu at night.
Right.
And
So
And
if it's-
then you came from there to here. So
Right.
I'm going to say it's like 1 a.m.
Oh,
Yeah.
then people are kind of like it's not as busy as it could be.
Sure.
We're reaching that part of the night where people are maybe like going back down to the other floors or they're going home. And so there's not as many, there's like some bystanders, but not a ton.
Yeah.
So that could maybe be another one.
So 2 and 3 are service elevator and few bystanders.
Okay. So that's 3. Maybe Mara's been able to like, well, I failed the charm check, so I don't want to like subvert that. But like, if she's not being outright, like, you know, that thing where you can kind of keep somebody like, maybe it's a possibility, you don't know. But if I failed that,
Yeah.
then that
So
can be
you
fine.
failed, and he's not being flirtatious with Aubrey because her energy just isn't there for that. But he found something that she said very fascinating, and I'm curious
good.
to hear what that is that she said that he sort of latched onto.
Oh, it was definitely small talk about our lives, and Aubrey was trying to relate something that he said, because he was talking about like, hey, like blink and you might miss a decade, and I think she kind of latched onto that and was like, I get it exactly, and then was talking way too vaguely, circumspectly about her life in that regard in a way that's made it very clear to him, not necessarily that there's anything magic going on, but that she's lived an interesting life and that she has latched onto his thing about, oh, like sometimes you like live a lot of lives within one life.
Yeah.
And
So-
so I think that would pique his curiosity about whether this is in a normal way or in a way that is like him.
Yeah. So is this someone who's just been on a spirit quest and like happened to hear that message? Yeah. His attention is there. He's on board to have an interesting conversation night rather than ending up in bed with 2 women, right? Like that
was never going to happen. Sorry, Frankie.
if you never take a swing,
Yeah.
this is Franklin Drake. If you never take a swing.
Well, I
If you
think,
never take a swing, you'll never take out a target.
right.
Baseball bat guy? I don't know.
Oh,
if
he could
at
be.
first you don't succeed, die, try again.
That's his motto.
Yep.
He's got that tattooed. Yeah, well then maybe the other advantage then could be that like I could drop the drunk act.
No, I think that's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, like we're just engaged and maybe Mara's been able to be pleasant and engaged enough to like just be still in this conversation and not have it be weird.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Let's get a song about it's like the interesting conversation between the 2 of them. What I'm going to tell you is as soon as this song ends, the elevator is going to ding and things are going to change.
Okay. Lived a lot of lives in one. Never know who you were or who you'd become. Lived a lot of lives in one. Some eventful, some less fun.
Lived a lot of lives in one. So many times I've seen the sun rise. Lived a lot of lives in one. Only this one's been fun.
Laid my head down in a lot of places. Laid my head down in a lot of places. Seen a lot of unfamiliar faces. When I woke up,
I've woken up on each continent with a target in sight. I've had to chase them all through the day and through the night. Of course, I'm talking about sales. I sell vacuums. But you seem to be interesting. Tell me more about you. You've lived a lot of
lives in
lives.
one. Worn a lot of hats for work.
A lot of lives in one.
A lot of lives in one. when I think back. Not a direct attack. Done some things I regret. A lot of more things that I haven't done yet. Been a king, been a pauper.
A lot of lives in one.
Sat on a stoop, sat on a
A lot of
throne.
lives in one.
The only thing in common about those
A lot of
lives,
in one.
I can claim them all as my own. Lives in one. A lot of lives in one. A lot of lives in one. Shared a lot of drinks with a random someone. And a lot of lives in one. I reach out and I offer him my flask.
He takes it from you, pulls a single drink from it, and the elevator dings. What's in this flask?
In this flask is a potion that I purchased from Carrie Mumford after imbibing it once by accident. It turns you into a liquid for a time that I don't fully know because I did not keep track of how long I was liquid for, because when you're liquid, it's hard to keep track of time.
Everyone knows that. So then is he just a pool of liquid on the seat?
We will see.
So this is a baller move. I love this.
Yeah.
This is so awesome.
Camilla.
Guitar
yeah,
pick.
yeah. Guitar pick for you.
I feel like he's got to get some kind of save here.
Probably.
I mean, what would this be? This is just like,
Would that be a vigilance?
it's like health resistance to poison.
Yeah, I
sort of
think
thing.
that I might have done. I think it might have been a resistance check when I did it.
Oh, resilience is perfect.
Or, yeah.
Resilience is perfect, and essentially that's going to go against Mumford's intellect. So, Camilla, you can roll this, or you can ask me to.
I'll roll it.
3 green and a yellow, representing Mumford's skill, against his
He's gotta be pretty
resilience, which is
resilient.
3 purple.
Let me see if there's anything that I can do to this.
What a move! I love that.
I bought all these potions and they've been sitting around, and I was like, I mean, Carrie's here. I just bought, quote unquote, bought a bunch. It's like, you gotta.
Cash in a guitar. There's also 2 story points over on your side.
I might do that too.
Yeah.
Yeah. We really want this to work.
So this
Yeah,
is
if it doesn't work,
3,
that's tough.
3 yellow and a green going against 3 purple.
I'm trying to think if it's worth trying to lawyer for some blues anywhere, but I don't know. Yeah, just roll.
Oh boy.
Whoa.
It's a failure, but a triumph.
Interesting.
Can his legs turn? I don't know.
Interesting.
Yeah. Okay. So it is big time failure. He's a resilient fellow, but there is a triumph in there and 2 advantages.
Okay.
I don't know how you want to rule this. It's a weird one.
I have an idea for a triumph, but I am open to something that you suggest.
If you have an idea, I'm happy to go with this because you have more context about the situation and what would be funny.
So he takes a pull from this flask. The elevator dings in the background. So in the background of the shot, you see it's spreading wide and Greystone standing behind the 2 members of Koma Inu. He takes a pull from this flask and immediately spits it out, spraying this potion all over both Aubrey and Mara. But enough of its gelatinous power took hold, and something that comes out of his mouth includes a single tooth that falls to the ground, and you can see very clearly is a false tooth. And I'll tell you, since you got this triumph, that was a cyanide tooth that he could bite down, essentially taking his life in case he was ever captured.
I thought he was going to just jump off the building. I was ready for that. Okay, wild. I mean, he might still. Okay.
Are we liquid?
No, because
No.
you didn't drink the potion.
Okay. that's what I was wondering.
It's more...
Yeah.
Yeah. Good. That's why I was like, no. I was like, okay, got it.
So he is, there's been a few clues that something hinky is going on.
Yeah.
This is obviously just wrong, what he drank. He is going to stand up, look around, see that standing in the elevator, striding towards him, are these 2 hunters. and we're going to roll initiative.
Okay. Cool.
Double check my rules here. Surprised, vigilance, expecting, cool. So you all have essentially been setting this up. So we are going to.
I'm so much better at vigilance.
Yeah.
Can I roll that one instead?
I'm so good at cool.
Every now and then it's gonna come into your benefit to be much better at vigilance. But I'll take cool checks from each of you. These are simple checks. There are no purple dice opposing them. I will roll for Koma Inu, who are going to act as a unit. Keep track of both your successes and your advantages. The successes determine the order, and the advantages are things that you set around.
3 successes and 2 advantages.
No successes, 2 advantages. Social mode Aubrey is just exerting so much mental energy to try to navigate this thing that when it shifts, it takes her like a moment to reboot.
Yeah. Like the Mac reboot noise.
I think she was also just expecting him to become jelly. Like she has never tested this.
Yeah.
Like never planned.
That was awesome though.
She just drank it and fell through a grate and sat in the rain for a while. And so she's like, I assume.
So we have 2 PC slots at the top, then a Koma Inu slot, then a Franklin Drake slot, and then a 3rd PC slot. Mm-hmm. As a reminder to the players, in each round, each PC can take any PC slot, but each PC must go in every round. The advantages, you can either establish something about the scene if you want to now, or hold on to them, and they can be blue dice that are available to you when you make a roll.
I think seeing the tooth and seeing that it was like a cyanide capsule and that that's something that he is prepared and willing to do. Could an advantage be that there are like pretty like high plexiglass like guardrails around the rooftop bar, so he can't just do a like action hero off the building?
Yep.
Cool. Did it fall at one of our feet? Maybe?
Did what fall?
The cyanide thing? Is that nearby? I'd like to pick that up.
Sure.
Okay, cool.
Advantages, it's at your feet.
For advantages, I would say Greystone sees Mara pick up the tooth. Mm-hmm. So that would be number 1. And number 2, speaking with the Koma Inu on the way in, he has learned they suspect he has a means of killing himself and respawning, and he just knows a little bit more about how Franklin Drake works than he did beforehand.
Was I able to pick it up? I thought that would have to be a maneuver.
It would be a maneuver on your turn.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, you see that it's right there.
Yeah,
I'm probably gonna do that.
I see it.
Epic.
Anything else that you want to establish? If not, just remember how many blue dice you've got.
How many like people are left? Like a few?
Yeah, there's like how many people are at the bar. You already established that it was fairly
empty,
fairly scarce.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
The nightclubs down the street are bumping.
Of course they are.
But
slay. Anyone want to go first? I was just gonna pick up the pill, the cyanide thing, put it in my pocket.
It's a maneuver.
Cool. And then action. Has he seen these 3?
Yes.
He's seen them? Okay. Action, maybe like picking something up to shield myself just in case.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can grab a bar
Like a
tray.
tray.
Does it say anything? Or are you talking?
That's what I'm wondering. Like, I don't know what to. Do we establish that we know them or not? That's my thing.
You can see that he's connected this with the move that Aubrey
I just gave
made.
him the spooky potion.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then the lady who killed him at least once.
Then I think if we're on the opposite side of the rooftop bar and they are coming up in the elevator, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to try and grab a bar tray and just yell, "Oh, food fight! Y'all are disgusting!" to get all of the other patrons out.
Nice.
But without an alarm. And then maybe throw something at Greystone that he could catch and it won't hurt him.
Yeah.
Just to be like, oh, like, why are we doing this? Like, oh, this is so juvenile, to get the other patrons out of here, but not in a way that's alarm.
Give me either a charm or a leadership.
I'm going to do a charm, I fear. Is that just against 2? Purple?
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah.
Well, that's
That
looking
looks
good.
really good.
Yeah, that's a bunch of successes and a
Yes.
couple of threats.
Yeah.
6 successes and 3 threats.
Love that.
Is
wild.
So people in this town get dressed up to go out.
Uh-oh.
And they're not about to have a food fight ruin their nice
No, of course
clothing. So the threats here are that one, Frankie notices that you are really worried about the people around you. So this gives him a lot of information of the kind of person that you are. Oh, meaning, yeah.
Not wanting to hurt civilians. Yeah,
Right.
got it.
The other threats, I'm going to say accrue to the throw that you make throwing something towards Greystone.
Yeah.
And the bartender mentally starts to add every bit of damage that's about to happen to your tab.
Oh, no.
That's fine. We'll put it on the card.
Yeah.
It's all right.
Oh,
but
no.
if that means everybody leaves...
People are flooding towards the exits.
Love it. Good.
Second PC slot.
Let's do a coordinated assault. Once per turn, your character may use this talent to have a number of allies engaged with your character equal to your ranks in leadership, which is 3. Add, looks like 2 advantages to all combat checks they make until the end of Greystone's next turn.
Okay, so that's going to add a bunch of blues to anything that Aubrey or the Koma Inu do if they're able to engage with him.
Yes.
Remind me of that when it comes up, please.
Yes.
Great.
So,
and what does that look like? Like, what does Greystone say or do to enact this?
yeah. Greystone is saying this in the elevator, like as it's rising up before the doors slide open. Now, there's a few things you need to know about my friends. These are the things you need to know about the people you're dealing with. We got some people who are going to conduct some damage and healing with. Now you know me, I'm Greystone, I'm good with the folks. I don't spend a lot of time punching blokes, but I can work with people through the ladies and the gent. You'd say my combat power is management, and these are the people you're dealing with tonight. These are the people that you're dealing with in this fight. These are the people you're dealing with tonight. Yeah, these are the people you're dealing with in this fight. Next up is Mara. Now listen to me. She's a sweet singing little woman of the sea. She's got the money. She's got the charm.
Just put it on my card.
Watch over your ears or she'll do you some harm. Aubrey is next. She's brains and brawn.
Oh, thank you.
She's been around for a time pretty long.
Yes.
And I don't know her backstory yet, but I'm sure it's something cool that you'll never forget.
It haunts
These
me.
are the people that you're dealing with tonight. These are the people you're dealing with in this fight. All right, Kamino, you want to refresh my memory on what you're bringing to the table?
The big guy says, "This one's Zaya, she's handy with a bow. And if you let her get her pole arm out, you're gonna go. This one here, this big guy's Yoshi, he's mean with his blade. He's better with a Kusarigama than anyone God ever made. These are the people you're dealing with tonight. These are the people you're dealing with in this fight." The door opens. The food of a banana, of course, flies its way over Greystone's head. Franklin Drake turns around. Greystone looks him in the eye, and he says, "I'm not normally this direct, but I don't have time to be circumspect. Your morals have become derelict, so we're gonna come here to protect these people, 'cause you've been incorrect. Yeah, we're gonna take you somewhere they won't resurrect ya. You cross the Koma Inu, you deal with the trifecta of a desperate child, a woman of the sea, and the inspector. These are the people you're dealing with tonight. These are the people you're dealing with in this fight. One more time. These are the people you're dealing with.
people you're dealing with in this fight. In this fight.
Can our euphonious flatfoots fell Franklin? Find out next time on RPG Major.
Mara Vertere is Lauren Drake. Find her on socials at La Drake and performing around Seattle with We Have Some Notes. Aubrey Stump is Camilla Franklin. Find her on Instagram at Camillastrator. Camilla also does all the art and visual design for our show. Inspector Greystone is Jeffrey Kranz. Find him on Instagram at Jeffrey_the_red. All music for this arc of RPG Major was created live in the room by our incredible accompanist, Noah Samuels. Find him on Instagram at Samuels_Noah. And I'm Helix. Connect with me and the cast of the show on our Discord or at RPG Major on Instagram and Blue Sky. If you're listening to these as they come out and you're in the Seattle area, you might want to know that Jeffrey, Drew, and Phil, the actors behind Greystone, Tavo, and Fabio, are all performing together in Hex and the City, running at CSZ Seattle, weekends in late May. CSZSeattle.com.
These are the things you need to know about the people you're dealing with.
About to get a classic Jeffrey Kranz list song.
In this fight. In this fight.
God!
Yeah!
The desk. What the hell just happened?
Yeah!
I had to scream. I have to go to the bathroom.
We all have to go take a smoke break.
Yeah.
Beautiful bridge.
Thank you. Oh, I was like, oh man, I'm out of steam, but not words. Jeez. Oh, okay. I'm fine. I can be calm. I'm an adult.